you guys going? My name is Heartbeat. Welcome back into this week's video, and today we're here another fantastic episode of the Arctic Shack for you beautiful people. So, furry artist, why should you do it? Because let's face it, it's a lot of hard work to be an artist. Because trust me, it is very, very difficult, because it can take you days, weeks, months, possibly years to finish commissions and other art pieces that other people have thrown in your direction. So in this little video, I'm going to explain to you guys why you should put down your pens and pencils, use your books as a fireplace, and you should close down all of your laptops and all of your and throw your tablets out the windows. Now first, before I dive into any of this, immediately you might be thinking, Heartbeat, nice one, you're not an artist, what are you talking about? Well, actually, I kind of am. I took 4 years of this in high school, so I kind of know what I'm talking about here. So yeah, I've been drawing for, you know, for those years, and well, also me being on social media and all that sort of stuff, I see a lot of art pieces and comments and all that sort of stuff. So I think I have a general knowledge on what I'm sort of talking about. Now you also might be thinking, but Heartbeat, didn't you sort of already cover this topic already? Yes, but that was a tutorial on how to actually draw it. This one, I'm telling you the opposite, that you shouldn't have been drawing that in the first place. Alright, we're drawing. You smudge everywhere. You literally just draw one line and then your whole entire wrist and down your arm looks like it's been caught in the bubonic plague. And also, they said they tend to have a really bad case of snapping, and also you gotta take care of them, you know, you gotta like sharpen them and all that stuff. And then if you absolutely screw up, you gotta erase the whole bloody thing, and if it rips the paper, and there's all this stuff that you just shouldn't deal with, and you shouldn't deal with whatsoever at all. Also, by the way, who actually draws these days? Like, geez, 2018 and we still use pencils? Wait, what? Now when you're closed for commissions, you're always going to get those silly little snobs that comes along and be like, hey, how you doing, mate? You're open for commissions, even though you clearly state that you're not. They still got to ask the question because, well, they're blind as a doorknob. And then you have to go along and politely tell them, sorry mate, as I said in the description, I'm not open, and then they get angry at you. Yeah, okay. I clearly stated that I wasn't open, but you got angry at me even though I've been closed for the last few weeks, few months, whatever. And also on top of all this, you gotta get a lot of harassment. You trace this character. Your drawing style looks like Little Tom's. You know, stop touching my third nipple. You gotta get people that are continuously gonna whinge about your art piece, and honestly, it's just that stress that you just don't need to deal with in your life. Life is stressful enough already. Don't add it more in being an artist. And that's another thing also, when you actually have other work while you're trying to do art at the same time, that's gonna be a big, massive stress, because you're gonna be constantly thinking about what you're doing at the job, about, you know, Selena, you know, taking 7 sick days off in a row, so you have to cover her ass. And at the same time, you got 12 commissions to complete within a week. Yeah, I salute you if you can do that, trust me. And also, another thing to sort of add on top of the whole harassment thing is people are always going to say that your artwork is bad. Even if you are, you know, Leonardo da Vinci's son, and you know, you've been taught from Leonardo himself about how to draw and paint, there's still going to be people that are going to, your drawings look bad, your prices aren't that great, wah. It's people that's always got to criticize and hate on your art pieces. And it's just like, well, I've worked so hard for this art piece, as I said before, multiple hours on this art piece, and you're just got to turn it around on me and say that it's absolute rubbish? Wow. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate it. And they might also say, oh, but you know, this artist does shading. Yeah, congrats. Go to that artist. Why are you coming along, running to me and sooking to me? If you want some shading in your art piece, sorry buddy, you're not going to get it from me, get it from someone else. Oh fine, then I'll just go to this artist. Then go. It's not too hard, just click off that page, or go to that other person's site and get art from them. I'm not going to compete if I can't do something. If I can't do something like the shading or extra colours or whatever, get someone else to do it that can. Because trust me, I'm not going to do it for you, because guess what? I can't. So now that we've sort of covered everything out of the drawing side of being a furry artist, let's move on to the more modern approach, you know, the 21st century approach, which is digital. Now, digital may seem easy, but trust me, it's pretty difficult, fair to say. But wait, Heartbeat, you don't know anything about art whatsoever. Well, that's okay, because I've got someone in that actually knows what they're talking about. I've got one of my friends, Ace, to come in and actually explain some of his opinions on why you really shouldn't be doing this stuff in the first place. So, go have a geese.
Cons of being a furry artist. So the first issue is that you have to learn several species. Don't get me wrong, drawing different species is fun and all, but just take a moment to think about how many different types of species that you have to learn. And even if you just wanted a dog, you have to think about how many different breeds there are. Yeah, there's quite a lot. The next thing is that furry characters can be much more complex than, let's say, a regular human. Now, some characters can be as simple as just one red shade with green eyes. However, some could be as detailed as an orange body with white chest and white muzzle, along with yellow tail and red paw beans and orange eyes and 2 orange stripes and dark orange stripes on the whole body, and you get the point, right? The next thing is furry anatomy. Although most drawings are very similar to the basic standard human anatomy, other types are much more complex. The general anatomy for anthropomorphic characters is referred to as the furry anatomy. Another thing to point out, there are also 2 types of furry artwork. There's one called anthro artwork, which is more human based, and there's also feral, which is more like a general standard animal. Both of them have their own twists and turns, so it kind of takes a bit more time to adapt to each of them separately, especially if you're aiming to do both of them. Another thing is the lack of references. Most of the time, commissioners are capable of sending the sufficient amount of images or description in order to create the artwork. However, there's also some people that can't even provide enough references, and when you give them a sketch which is below their standards, it's suddenly your fault. Like, no.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna say. So yeah, that's my little video. Thank you all so much for watching, really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next video. See you later, mate.